Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Eb. We're gonna be doing a Persona 5 Royal opening trailer reaction. Obviously, I don't think it really matters at this point for Persona 5 Royal, but you know, we're gonna do it anyway because I think it's fun. And I think most likely when they start marketing it for the West, we're gonna see this trailer first, and then we'll obviously see other trailers where they're illustrating gameplay and all that to us. But right now, let's just watch a good old-fashioned opening trailer. Yeah, that's better. All right, that's as good as it's gonna get. Anyway, I really love this trailer. It's so fucking good, dude. They pumped up the visuals. It's more neon. It's more like, you know, very 80s, I guess. Very what is that? Big Escape from Little China or something? I don't know, whatever that is. Very weirdly steampunky. God, it's so good. Obviously, we're showing every character by their introduction, except for Futaba. Why do I really enjoy this one, right? Is these characters are running as the Phantom Thieves through the city, right? It's really fun because they have bats. Obviously, the colors are representing their core theme. Ryuji is yellow. Futaba is green, I believe. Haru is like purplish. And then Yusuke is blue. So it's illustrating how they're breaking down society. The obvious theme of Persona 5, right? They're breaking the societal constructs that are seen as norms, right? Or, you know, just, hey, all this shit, we don't like it and it's bad, so we gotta fix that shit. We're breaking it down. Oh, so hers is more of a hammer. Yeah, so on is pink, then purple, yeah, for Haru, blue, rainbow colored, again, representative of their characters, and obviously our protagonist gets a more dark reddish version. And then obviously the watching eyes, which is really nice. And then we get our new female protagonist. We don't play as her. She is just a new character that we will be interacting with. We obviously, if you've seen the trailers, you know what this is. But it's interesting because we don't get this trailer first, and it's not last. It's roughly in the middle. We'll get more trailers after this, illustrating more confidants, more characters. But obviously, this is setting the theme. Also, in Persona 5, it does rain a lot, so this is nice. And we're also going to get some characterization from her. She is very normal, but, you know, she'll dance. She, you know, embraces being unique. Obviously, we're getting... This is very much a trailer for her. Also, all these, you know... So, again... illustrating the fact of Persona 5, we're getting Persona 5 Royal anyway. These diamonds were being broken, right, from those buildings, the city. So to take a, I guess, more philosophic and narrative theming going on, obviously they're being rewarded for breaking down society, for removing tradition and cutting the constructs away. You know, like overworking your employees, or allowing sexual harassment or sexual assault occur, or being complicit in those acts, or even just trying to take over society in general. And again, they're being rewarded for doing that, and, you know, having the ambition to do so, and reveling in their victories, right? This is them reveling. And then obviously a little fan service yaoi here, because everybody loves this pairing, even though fucking Goro Akechi and the brown-haired guy, he very rarely ever gets any he does characterization, but it, you know, it's just, it's not enough. Also, everybody calls him the Pancake King, even though he says, I like pancakes, and we only get it mentioned once. But you see my point, is that, you know, just fan favorite characters. And there we go. That's just a simple opening, you know. Very fun, very stylish, very cel shaded. And then, hey, look at, after our Phantom Thievery, we go, you know, hide in plain sight as a normal high school teenage kid, and we disperse into society. You know, we do phantom thievery, right? We are hidden, but we are changing the world. We are causing change. And there it is. Yeah, see, October 31st for Japan, and March 31st in the West. So November, December, January, February, March. So 5 months roughly. So obviously Atlus is going to try and close that gap with later games or later titles. Most likely, the way I see it, we will see that with Project Re Fantasy that Studio Zero is working on. That is the studio who Katsura Hashino, Shoji Meguro, and keep forgetting the other guy. Sojima. The three of them did Persona 3, 4, and 5, and they left the Persona franchise. So Persona 5 Royal is technically going to be worked on new producers, new directors, and the older generation will be now working on Project Re Fantasy, whatever that is. We have no idea. Most likely that'll be next gen game. I highly doubt it'll be on the PS4 because PS5's coming, so they're just revving up for that. And most likely with that will be the first game that will be localized worldwide. It won't be here's it is in Japan, and then we'll get it later on. So that's most likely what Atlus is doing with that. Other than that, we will have to wait until Persona 5 Royal comes out, and then we will start getting marketing for Persona 5 Scramble in the West, unfortunately. Which is nice because obviously March 31st, they already have a date, so most likely it's already almost finished, which is nice because it's weird because this is an actual game that doesn't do DLC. It's not DLC. It's a game repackaged with new content, which obviously is very old school because that really doesn't happen anymore because DLC didn't exist at the time. And it's weird that they're still doing this, but I'm okay with this. Mainly because Persona 5 on its own is already roughly 100 hours. It could be more depending on how long you take, or if you plan on grinding, or if you're just going to be exploring either the worlds, well, not the worlds, but Shibuya as a city, or you go into Mementos and you just spend a lot of time there, depending on what you do. If you're like, oh, I just want to spend time having gameplay, then you'll do that, and that'll elongate your time with the game. However, Persona 5 Royal is actually adding 3 full months into the game. Obviously, there might be a couple days where it's going to skip through days. It'll be all narrative, where you won't really control what you're able to do. I don't know yet because I haven't seen much of Royal, because I'm trying to stay away from it until the game comes out, because I don't want to be spoiled for it. That's really all there is to it, which I'm really excited to play it. I don't know. That's it. So set your dates. Well, for us, for the West, it's so remove that 10, put a 3, slap a fucking big ass 3 on it. There we go. So it's March 31st. Keep your date set because a 100-hour game with 3 additional months added onto it, and however much content. Oof. To be fair, it won't be from the same creator, so we don't know the quality in which Persona 5 Royal will have compared to Persona 5, because obviously when you have new directors and new producers and new musicians running the show, we don't know how accurate they'll be to the original work and add onto it and shift things to make it still to make it consistent in its cohesiveness, right? So hopefully the new additions won't have a different theme to them and won't juxtapose the game too much. It will juxtapose the game, yes, but hopefully it'll still work in the overall theming of Persona 5. And hope that's all we can wish for. And 3 additional months means a lot of work, because boy, there's a lot of stuff that you can do in Persona 5 already, and adding, more content obviously is a lot, and making it $60 again, hey, that's fine, but just you gotta make it worth your while. And I think Atlus as a company tends to do that. Also, in Persona 5 Royal, it won't just be Persona 5. It's gonna have a lot more content with, like, Kasumi, the red-haired girl. She's a new character. Obviously, she will be introduced. I'm not gonna say when, just avoid spoilers, because Persona, I think, is really good narrative, so just keep it spoiler free. However, I will note that all the DLC from Persona 5 will be added into Royal. So Persona 5 has DLC and it's roughly $50-$60. It's all just like cosmetic stuff. It's all like personas and stuff that you can't get anywhere else in the game. It's all from like older characters, or it gives you, hey, here are outfits for your characters, for your protagonists, which are all on screen right here. And it changes their costumes and outfits, and it also has music tracks depending, but that's more dependent on what outfit the protagonist wears, and that's how the music does change. All of that will be free. It'll just be part of Persona 5 Royal as is. So if you're planning on buying Persona 5, you don't need to worry about the DLC. That'll come later. But if you want to buy it on Persona 5 already, that's fine. You can support Atlus, because surprisingly, they're actually really small at the moment. They are hitting their stride, and they are pulling into the mainstream because of Persona 5, which is actually really good and really nice. So, hey, man, fucking get that shit. And because Persona 5 was already given a phenomenal amount of praise. So, hopefully, Royal will keep that trend going. And, you know, obviously, hopefully, the Persona franchise and Atlus does a lot. And obviously, mainly because Atlus is not as big, their DLC is unfortunately high priced, but I think the bang for your buck is worth it. Obviously, I mean, obviously you don't have to do it, but you know, maybe save some money, spend it on them. I think they're well worth the money. They're well worth the money. I think if you place your money in Atlus, you will have a good time. You will have made a worthwhile decision. Your decision will not have been in vain. I know that's weird saying that, but also, funnily enough, Royal will have its own DLC, so you'll have the Persona 5 and new content, and also the Persona 5 DLC packaged in Royal. However, and Persona 5 Royal will have its own DLC that you pay for, which is, again, a little bit cheap, sleazy, I guess, but obviously, again, it's worthwhile for the amount of money that you're paying for it. And at least it's all extra stuff. You don't need to, but, you know, it's Persona 5, so I think it's well worth every penny. So, if you don't think it is, play Persona 5, play Persona 3, play Persona 4. If you have the consoles and the components to do so. If you can, buy it, play them, see how it goes. And obviously, it will take you a little while because these are very long games. But, you know, if you take a couple hours every day, or, you know, however much, you'll probably beat one of them by the time Royal comes out. And if you dig one of those games and you want a new experience and a current one and a new one, Persona 5 Royal might be your cake. So who knows? But I do highly recommend you play Persona 5, most likely, because that'll be the closest to this game you'll ever get. And if you don't really like Persona 5, it'll help be a factor in deciding if you want Persona 5 Royal or not. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video that I'm doing. I know this is the Japanese one, but you know, most likely we're gonna be seeing this soon, and there's really no difference between this trailer and the one they will do for the West, because the only difference is that it'll be a freaking the date. It'll be March 31st instead of October 2019. It'll be March 31st, 2020. That's it. Because, again, this trailer was in English, even though it was for a Japanese audience. It's just how Atlus rolls. They do like having English vocalization just to like have some fun. But also, I guess maybe for it's a Western audience to get in on their, you know, hey, yo, pay attention to us. Which, hey, is good. So, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed making it. It's always very fun for me. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see more videos. I plan on having some more come out. I have another video that I need to do, but right now I'll keep that one under wraps. You'll see it, but you won't see it yet, and I don't want to mention it yet. But whatever, that doesn't matter. See you in the next video. You know what to do. Get out. You cook. Bye. You would think that get old, right? It doesn't. every goddamn time. Bye. Oh, man.